Good morning, traders. Gary Odom, testedwisdom.com. The last video I made on the TWSRT, I indicated I would do a follow-up video incorporated along with some trading, whether it would be the TW Power Trader or whether it was going to be the TW Index Trader or whatever. They're all going to work for me, but in this case I was using the Index Trader. And I entered a trade that happened to be a small losing trade, maybe 40 bucks. But here's what happened. The trade was entered off of this candle somewhere in, no, off of this candle, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was like 25,912. And actually, it was about a break-even trade. Yeah, it wasn't a loser. Somewhere in here, 915, 912, somewhere in there. So I'm in a trade and I'm going along with this thing, and then right after I made the trade, this SRT developed right here. I says, oh boy, this is not good. And I looked over to my longer charts, way over here, and I saw that there was one built, I was above it, but there was one that had developed over here. And just like in this situation on this left chart where we had a bar open above and then close below, we had the same thing here. Bar open above and then close below. It's a big bar, and it's the current bar that we're on. But anyway, I saw that, I had broken this SRT zone way down here. And then you'll notice this bar here is the open bar. That's the one that took me into the range where I was when I made the trade. And then, of course, that bar ended and it went into this bar. So in either case, this little zone right here developed, and I was concerned about that. And it went up and it opened up here. And then I got this signal here. This is what we call, it's like a flash alert, and told me to get out. Well, I just drug my stop up to the bottom of this candle right here, and it stopped me out. I don't know what it was, $30, $40 loss, something like that. The point I'm trying to make is after I got into the trade, this SRT come up here, and it really was telling me, hey boy, you made a bad trade. And I had green across the board, but I kind of ignored this signal down here. I should not have, but I did. But it's very important. You see, no time did it close and open above this line, except here. And it only closed. It didn't open. And it opened, but it came down. So I'm talking about two green, one green close and one green open. We didn't have that. In no case did we have that. We had a green close and then a green open down here. And of course it closed up here. Well, I'm trading one candle too quick, because then immediately we developed this SRT here, and it's come in right back, honoring this previous zone, came right on through it, and it did just like it did before. It got to the bottom and it's coming back. So it's a little consolidation going on. I ignored this. I should not have, but I ignored it, and it caused me to lose the trade. I'm really glad that happened. Not because I like losing money, because it really shows you how important these zones are and how you should pay attention to them. I don't care whether you're using the TW Power Trader. I don't care whether you're using the TW Index Trader. I don't care if you're using the Top Dog Visualize Trader or any other matter or system. The TW SRT works on its own. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I will not trade without it. It does me a little good when I don't pay attention to it, but in this case, I didn't. In this case, I paid the price. Not a big price, but I paid the price. Now, overall, you can see the market's really kind of a choppy market. Let's just look at this 15-minute chart. We have a big bar up, a big bar down, a big bar up, and a little one up, and a big bar down. This is kind of a volatile market. This is a good scalper's market. trading for one bar and getting out for a point or two. Uh, it's not a whole lot of money to be made here, because if you look over here, each tick is worth $5. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about this little label that's up here on the screen. This is part of the TW Trade Management System, which is, again, it's a separate and apart program. But if I had a trade in there and it would have been 2 contracts, it automatically computes for that and shows that each tick is $10. If I'd had 3 contracts, it would have shown that each tick was $15. Now, why is that important? Well, the reason it's important, let's do this. Let's go to the ES. Well, now the tick values are not only different tick values, but they have different value. A quarter of a point now has a value of 1250. And when you're going from one to the other, it's really easy to get jumbled. And when I trade 2 contracts, so this number here would be $25 when I was in a trade. So if I wanted to move my stop around, I'd say, well, how many points is that? Oh, okay, that's 4 ticks, which is going to be 1 point. So, oh, gee, I can figure that out. $25 a tick. That's $100 a full point. So, okay, I'll move that $100 one way or the other. That's what it's for. It's just to make it easy for you to compute what the values are on the screen. I'm going to go back to the screen where I made the trade. So anyway, it all panned out exactly. You notice that now that it's cleared out, that oh, it came back. I didn't realize it would come back. I thought maybe I had erased it. The flash alert is here. It only will occur on the screen, however, if you were in a trade at that time. Otherwise, the screen would be full of these alerts. But it did occur. And we're out of the trade, and we are now looking into the future. Well, what are our prospects? Well, in this case, pretty slim. We've got this SRT that has to be broken. It's still dealing with this. This hasn't not lost its attraction. Price keeps coming back to this zone. And that's the same one as here on this chart. And you see price bounced up, and it's still coming back to it. Here's the line that we drew. I drew when I went back to see what the long-term implication was. I had a big chart over here, and I wanted to see what the long-term implication was, and I found some previous SRT zones. So I drew a line so that I could see it once I made the chart smaller again. But we can use this zone right here. It works just as well. I have no business entering a trade here. And even if I'd been successful, look what's up here. Another zone. Now, does that mean we don't enter the trade? No. But what that does mean, if you did enter a trade, if you did have successful environment for entering a trade, that might be a place you might be able to think about getting out. Be real cautious and watch it bounce off of that. And if it's turning on you, to go ahead and get out, because you know it's going to cause resistance for the price until it doesn't, because that's the way it works. But you can look under these 3 charts and see that these zones carry from one to the other. So pay attention to them. That's pretty much all I have for you today. It's not a terribly informative video, just dealing with one simple little point. So until we speak again, I'll see you on the other side.